Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm here today to show you how to do this fold out card. This is a really fun, different type of layout than I've done in the past, and it was inspired by a demonstrator from the UK. She goes by Flutter by Heidi, so you can check out her Facebook page and blog. I believe she has a blog, so make sure you check out her stuff. She has some great things there. So I'm going to put you down to my work surface and get right to it. So like I said, this did originally come from somebody in the UK. Again, her information is right here. And most of her items were all in metric, but she did do some conversion into inches. I did change them slightly, but they're pretty much the same as what she had. So the base of the card starts at 9.5 by 4 1/4, and it is scored along the long side at 1 inch, 2 inch, 7.5 inches, and 8.5 inches. And then you measure down an inch. Let me double check that. Done a few cards since I've did this one and lost the measurements. Yes, so you measure down 1 inch on this short side here. So from the top, measure 1 inch down, cut straight across to that score line, and then cut straight up on an angle, actually, to the next score line. So you can see this is, you measure an inch down from the top, make a little tick mark, cut straight across to the first score line, and then cut up on an angle to the second score line. And then you're going to have your folds you're going to do that on both sides. And then you're going to start with a mountain fold, valley fold, and mountain fold. So it folds up like that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is just put the inside piece on. I think it makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on the card if you do have the white piece of cardstock down in the center. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my greeting. I am using the thank you from the Go-To Greetings in our new catalog. This is a wonderful set. It has all the basic greetings, but in different fonts and different sizes. Make sure you check that out. It's kind of, I would call it a sleeper in the new catalog, but it really is a good one to add to your stash of stamps, especially for the, if you're looking for words. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this up with Melon Mambo because that's the color of my ink, the base of my card. And I'm going to stamp it down a little bit. I don't want to be able to see the words when I put the rest of my card together. You can see I have it poking up a little bit up here, and it really should be down farther. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and put my flowers on. So I am using the flowers from the Hues of Happiness stamp set. It has these wonderful flowers, and these flowers can actually be cut out with the die cuts that come with the set that you can buy as a bundle and get 10% off. The ones I'm using today are actually from another sheet that these are the flowers. They do not have dies for these, but my wonderful mother-in-law cut out a whole bunch of them, so they are ready to go. So this whole container is filled with little flowers. So that's what I'm using today. Okay, so I'm going to place one of those. I'm going to place this one right there in the middle. Just like so. Go ahead and adhere that to the inside of my card. I really love this layout. Heidi did such a great job with it, and it's so pretty and so versatile. You can use it for so many occasions. Okay, now we have two mechanisms, and they measure 2.5 by 3 1/8, and they're scored on the short side at 3/4 of an inch and 1 3/4 of an inch. And you are going to fold that as a mountain fold and a valley fold, just so it's a zigzag. And you're going to do that with both of them. I'm going to bring my bone folder in here. I want these to lay pretty flat, otherwise it adds up a lot of bulk to your card. Make sure you reinforce those folds with the bone folder. All right, so now we're going to attach the mechanism so that, let me make sure I'm doing this right. So we have a mountain fold, valley fold, and then the top of that mechanism. So it goes like that. So the valley fold is on the outside. The mountain fold is on the outside. The valley fold is on the towards the right-hand side. And you're just going to attach that right to that little tab, matching up right on the outside of right on the inside of your card. So it's matching up right down here on the bottom and right along your fold line. So again, this is the fold line to the inside of the card, and that meets up right like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. I don't know if this is easier to see this way. So this is folding up here, and this is folding up here. And it's attached so that that fold line is butted up right next to the end of the card. And it should sit right down on the bottom flat. That way your card will stand up nicely. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with this side with the valley fold and then the mountain fold on the outside of the card. Matching up the fold on my mechanism to the end of the base of my card. Just like so. Now it's going to fold out like that and fold in like that. Okay, so now we just have to attach our pieces of cardstock. So the large panel, which is what we're going to work with right now, is 2 3/4 by 3 5/8. And we have designer series paper that measures 2.5 by 3 3/8. And we're just going to adhere those to each of those two panels. You can see how cute the other side of that designer series paper is. That's the one side that I'm using. It's gorgeous paper. I love all the spring flowers in there. Okay, so that's the second one. Just centering those to make sure that there's a nice border all the way around. And then I'm going to insert these right here on the inside of this little valley here. It's going to match up to the bottom of the card, and we're just going to put glue on this tab here. You don't want to put glue on the back of your panel, this panel, because then the card will be glued shut. So we're just going to put it right down there like that. Put it down on your work surface so you can get some good contact. You might want to close this mechanism just to make sure it's not too tight in there. You don't want this so close to that fold line that it's not going to fold up closed. And then this one goes on the other side. Again, just matching up the bottom, making sure it closes okay. And now you can see how that's going to close. And you can see that my stamped words on the inside are not showing. So that's good. And now we have the two small panels. They measure 2 1/4 by 3 1/8. And then we have basic white that measures 2 inches by 2 7/8. And that's just going to, we're just going to glue those one on top of the other. So the white pieces go on top of the small panels. This is a card that I did on my Zoom class last Wednesday. I have those free Zoom classes from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to noon on Wednesdays, that specific time. You're all welcome to join me for those. It's a great way to socialize and meet other crafters and just get to know one another. And we also make the card together. So if you have any questions or concerns or you don't quite get it, I can show you how to do it real time and answer any of your questions. Okay, so this small panel, similar to the large panel, is just going to be attached right onto that last tab of your mechanism. So again, we're just going to put glue right here on this mechanism. Match those sides and the bottom. Push it down on your work surface to make some good contact. Same with the other side. Okay, so now we have the base of our card completed, and all we have to do is put on the last of our decorations on the front. Okay, so again, I'm just taking the pre-cut flowers straight from the Designer Series paper. And I'm just going to kind of lay them out, fill in the white space. Try not to go over the side too much. You can go over a little bit. There's a little bit of room over here on the side and on the top. So it's okay to have those spread out a little bit. And I'm going to add some dimensionals. If I can find some. Here's some leftover ones. I don't know why I put my flowers down and then take them off again. It's a silly little habit I have. Like, why not put the dimensionals on first and then figure out how you want to put them. All right, and these are actually cut from the side of the paper, so you can see that's just the edge of the paper. And I'm still going to use those. Don't throw those out, because those are good pieces to use, because they hang on the sides just like that. And we'll tuck this one in, or maybe put it on top like so. So you can see that those are still usable pieces. So don't throw those out. We don't want to waste any of our craft supplies. Okay, so I think this guy was going to go towards the top. I'll just kind of squeeze this guy in right there, like so. Hope you all are enjoying the new catalog. There's so many great new sets in there, and corresponding designer series paper and dies. Stampin' Up! Has just done an amazing job with finding new products for us to stamp with and get excited about. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, let me know and I can get one in the mail for you. It's always more fun to look at them online than, look at them in a catalog than online. So let me know if you would like one sent to you. And if you prefer to look at the items online, you can do so at my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. That's right here. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, please join me on my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Melinda's Rubber Room. And you can get all the latest information there about classes that I'm having. All right, hope you enjoyed that video and tutorial and learned something new. That is my what I seek to do in these videos, is to show you new things. So hope you learned something new and had fun, and shoot me any questions you might have on either YouTube or my rubber room at Melinda's Rubber Room. And again, if you'd like to purchase anything, please do so at melindapierce.stampinup.net. Thanks again. See you soon. Bye-bye.